It was a chilly Thursday afternoon, October 18, 2012, in Wilmot Falls, a quiet town nestled in Oregon's lush green belt, the kind of town where nothing big ever seemed to happen. Until it did. Marissa King, a sophomore at Wilmot High, boarded bus number 46, just like she did every school day. Her friends said she was in a good mood, talking about a history project, laughing about a TikTok dance trend, excited for the weekend. But at 3:43 p.m., something changed. The bus route, normally predictable, clockwork, took an unexpected turn. Literally. The driver, Eugene Dalka, a 62-year-old with no prior complaints on record, missed her usual stop by nearly 5 blocks. An area not well lit, bordered by overgrown lots and half-vacant warehouses. Marissa texted her mom at 3:47 p.m. "He dropped me at the wrong place. Walking back now." It was the last message she ever sent. First, no one panicked. Teens get off at the wrong stop sometimes. They forget to text back. They stop by a friend's house. But by 6 p.m., when Marissa still hadn't come home, her mother, Denise King, called 911. The dispatcher listed her as a runaway, standard procedure for minors not missing 24 hours. But Denise pushed back hard. This wasn't like her daughter. By midnight, volunteers were out with flashlights, calling her name. 48 hours later, police found one of Marissa's sneakers in a drainage ditch less than 200 yards from where the bus dropped her off. There were no drag marks, no blood, no signs of struggle, just the shoe clean upright like it had been placed there. And nearby, a burner phone, screen cracked, with no SIM card, no fingerprints. Detective Riley Knox, lead on the case, later said, "It was like someone wanted us to find it, to think she'd just dropped it. But we don't think that's what happened." The case exploded online. Wilmot Falls, once a sleepy little town, was suddenly a true crime battleground. People blamed the school district, accusing them of negligence. They blamed Eugene Dalka, the bus driver. They blamed Denise, Marissa's mom, for not checking in sooner. But the facts didn't make sense. Eugene claimed he hadn't realized he missed the stop, but GPS logs later showed he veered off-route for exactly 6 minutes, then looped back to the regular path. Why? When questioned, he said, "I was confused. Road was blocked. I had to detour." But there was no reported roadwork, no accidents, no obstruction. What's more, security cam footage from a gas station near the drop-off point shows his bus driving by. And then something strange. At 3:46 p.m., just 3 minutes after Marissa got off the bus, a white utility van is seen idling behind a dumpster, then slowly pulling out. It had no plates. The case stalled for weeks, until a Reddit thread posted by an anonymous user called Echo_Purge caught investigators' attention. The thread read, "Look into the warehouse off Brooker Street. One of them hides stuff there. Saw a girl matching Marissa's look, days after she disappeared." Detectives dismissed it at first, but Denise pushed them, begged them to check it out. On November 2nd, a search warrant was executed at the Brooker Street warehouse. Inside, police found used bedding, empty water bottles, protein bars, and a child's pink backpack. The backpack was Marissa's, confirmed by her mother. But here's the problem. The warehouse's lease was in the name of a defunct company that hadn't operated in 6 years. The utilities, still running, paid through a prepaid card reloaded at random gas stations across Oregon. And security cameras? Ripped out, except for one hidden motion sensor camera tucked behind insulation, still partially active. Investigators recovered a single corrupted image. It showed a man in a hooded sweatshirt carrying what looked like a duffel bag, and what appeared to be a young girl's arm dangling from it. But then came the twist. While combing through employment records, a junior analyst discovered something disturbing. Eugene Dalka, the bus driver, had a second job. He worked nights doing janitorial cleanup for a private security company, Bridgeline Tactical, a firm contracted to guard abandoned warehouses, including the one on Brooker Street. When asked why he hadn't disclosed this, Eugene froze. "I didn't think it mattered," he said. "That job had nothing to do with this." But when forensics ran luminol testing on his janitorial van, they found traces of blood, later matched to Marissa through mitochondrial DNA. Eugene was arrested the next day, charged with obstruction, tampering, and unlawful concealment. But still no body, no Marissa, no confession. Just as the case seemed locked, something surfaced. A neighbor across from the original wrong drop-off point reviewed weeks of old ring footage. On it, at 3:52 p.m., just 5 minutes after Marissa walked away from the bus, she's seen talking to someone. Not Eugene, not a stranger, but a young woman in a hoodie with bleach blonde hair. Marissa seems hesitant, then nods. She follows the woman out of frame. That woman has never been identified. And here's the twist. When Denise saw the footage, she froze. That girl, she looks like my niece, Kayla. Kayla, 19 years old, had been in and out of trouble. Drugs, petty theft. She had disappeared from the family 3 months earlier. No contact since. And when police tracked her down in a women's shelter 2 states over, she said something no one expected. "I didn't hurt her. I tried to save her. But you're too late." What happened in that warehouse? Was Eugene working alone? And if Kayla tried to save Marissa, who was she saving her from? The truth would shock even the most jaded detectives. And what investigators found next changed the case forever. The interview room was ice cold. A single light above. Kayla, 19 years old, was twitchy, pale, hands trembling. Detectives asked, "Save her from who?" Kayla whispered, "From the people she trusted." And what she said next blew open the case. Kayla claimed she'd been working for a private online forum run on the dark web. Her job? Lure vulnerable teens into after-school gigs, the kind that never made it to LinkedIn. She said she was told to approach Marissa weeks earlier, but refused. Too young, too clean, she said. But someone else didn't hesitate. Kayla claimed the real recruiter was a church deacon, a man named Errol Bennett, 47 years old, trusted, a staple in the community. He ran the church's Safe Teens Mentorship program. Detectives were skeptical until Kayla described something oddly specific. "He has a patch on his wrist, a scar shaped like a hook. Got it from a fall in the bell tower," he said. A background check confirmed it. Errol did fall 10 years ago, broke his wrist. The scar matched. When police searched his office at Trinity Grace Church, they found a locked drawer. Inside, 4 disposable cell phones, cash wrapped in plastic, a list of initials and dates, and a flash drive marked Conf.SCN. The flash drive held 27 short video clips, all low resolution, all seemingly filmed inside the Brooker Street warehouse. Each clip, a teenage girl sitting on a mattress, hooded, barely speaking, some crying, some whispering things like, "He said I'd go home tomorrow. They made me sign something. He said my mom knew." And in clip #19, it's Marissa. She's visibly shaken, eyes red from crying. And then something no one expected. "Why is Eugene here?" she asks. "Why is my bus driver here?" The digital forensics team found a document hidden deep on the flash drive. A scanned contract, dated, signed. It had Marissa's name and an adult witness signature. The signature? Errol Bennett. The contract claimed Marissa had voluntarily enrolled in a faith-based off-grid mentorship program. It was clearly fake. Cover. A way to legitimize trafficking. But one line stood out. Upon completion of 30-day spiritual rehabilitation, subject will be returned or transitioned based on sponsor decision. Sponsor? Who was the sponsor? Police reviewed Eugene Dalka's digital payment history again and found a strange transaction the night before Marissa vanished. A $9,000 cash deposit to a crypto wallet linked to an anonymous consultant. The deposit was made from a computer at Trinity Grace Church. Eugene had been paid to take a detour, not just for Marissa, but for other girls too. He drove the same bus route for 8 years. How many teens had he misdirected? Dropped off just a few blocks from their homes. Never seen again? Investigators reopened 4 cold cases involving Wilmot High students, dating back to 2009. The pattern? Disturbingly similar. Kayla mentioned one last thing. A place inside the warehouse, hidden from view. She called it the Whisper Room. Said it was behind a wall of shelves. No lights, just soundproofing. They'd leave the girls there when a buyer was late, she said. That's where I saw Marissa last. When the police tore down the shelves, they found a narrow crawl space. Inside, dried food wrappers, a rosary, scratched initials on the wall, MK, LR, JS, and then a bloody sock. DNA confirmed, Marissa's, but still no body. Just when hope was slipping away, a new clue surfaced. An activist hacker group calling themselves Oathshroud infiltrated the dark web forum Kayla had mentioned. They found a live chat room called Sisters of Light. Inside, a recent message from a user named CandleDrop47 read, M has been moved east. They're changing names now. They're rushing. Someone talk to Denise. Tell her not to stop. Analysts traced the server to North Carolina, to an abandoned retreat center once used by a fringe religious cult. A warrant was rushed through. Agents stormed the location 2 days later. Inside they found empty rooms, disposable mattresses, prayer banners, but no people, except one. Hiding in a crawl space beneath the chapel was a girl, disheveled, hungry, barely conscious. Her name was Leah Roman, 16 years old, reported missing from Salt Lake City 5 months ago. She had bruises on her wrists, but no broken bones. She was alive. When asked about Marissa, her eyes widened. They called her Moon. She was here, but they moved her after the man with the snake tattoo came. Snake tattoo? That detail had never been made public, but Detective Knox knew who it matched. 2 years earlier, Knox arrested a man named Jonas Krill during a drug bust. Cult recruiter, no convictions, vanished after release. He had a black snake tattoo coiled around his forearm. Leah said Jonas took Marissa in a black SUV and was planning to clean the inventory by the end of the month. The phrase made agents panic. They cross-checked DMV records, toll cameras, and border reports. Then ping. A vehicle matching Jonas's SUV crossed into West Virginia that morning. Police rushed to the area. At 3:17 a.m., they found the SUV burning in a wooded area outside Wheeler County. No bodies, but something in the ash. A partially melted silver chain. A school ID card, scorched but still legible. Marissa King, Wilmot High. It's been 64 days since Marissa was last seen alive. Her mother still receives anonymous messages. The last one came 2 nights ago. A printed postcard, left on her doorstep. One line, block letters, no return address. She hears you. Don't stop calling. #Justice for Marissa.